some uncertainty. I know I've had that plenty of times before. It's ruined most of my initial dating life, I guess. Friendships. It's the same with work. It just goes and branches into many aspects of your life. And first of all, I'd like to tell you that very first of all, what you want which is closeness, to be seen, to be touched, to be loved. There's nothing wrong with that. People like to say you're anxious because you want someone to complete you, because you want someone to fix you and to give you that which you cannot get yourself. And I am not 100% sure of that. And that does not cover the most important part of everything, which is that we're human after all. You can't just make me have a poker face when I'm in the desert and I am facing the prospect of having a glass of water, right? And boy, I mean, we have a problem with the just starvation and closeness. You know, families are smaller. Friendships are harder to build. Relationships are fucked to a certain degree. So it's only natural a little more anxiousness will arise. But I have a different idea of what the anxious attachment is. And before you hear it out, my friend, I want you to know that it's okay. That you have this desire, that you have this need. But don't be convinced that it's wrong to need that. Maybe you have less going on in your life right now, so it's more difficult to distract yourself, but even to those who think that they can provide to themselves everything, they just have more distractions, I think, because the body knows what the body needs. normal. You're not weird. You're not messed up. You're not messed up. You are not messed up. Everyone needs to be loved, to be touched, to be able to confide in someone, to be appreciated by someone. But what I believe causes the anxiousness is distrust. Distrust in the other person, distrust in the process, if you want to call it the universe. Let me explain. Whenever you wonder why they haven't texted you yet, or if you're afraid of losing them, even before knowing them very well, or even if you know them very well, you are not trusting that the best thing that could happen will happen, even if that thing is for things to not work out. Every single relationship I've had has led me to becoming a better person. Even though I cried and stuff, it has. And you need to trust that, first of all, the other person knows what's best for them. You can't assume what's best for them. Maybe they're wrong, but they think it is, and you have to respect that. So, if you respect that, then you give them the space they need. And if you respect the wishes of the universe, then you'll let it unfold in its own. Because anxiousness, in this case, is you trying to interfere with the natural flow of things. Just let it be. Just trust. It's so nice to be able to just relax, let things unfold. So, when I was working through this, a big question for me was, how do I know what the difference? How am I supposed to be proactive in a relationship without being anxious? Where's the boundary? And so I started doing this thing where every time I would get an urge to text or even do a romantic gesture, would stop myself and ask myself, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I'm afraid of losing them? Or because I feel inspired and it's genuinely the thing that I want to do? Like, for example, sometimes I want to text someone, hey, just thinking about you. And you don't have to believe this, but I genuinely think that the other person can feel through the text, whether that was texted through desperation or through love. And I will stop myself and I will wait. If it is out of desperation and out of distrust, that the relationship will unfold naturally. I will stop myself and I will wait and I won't act on it. And I will train myself to live in the unknowing. And that's the thing about this type of anxiety, is that it's a huge challenge to sit in inaction without stimulating, without getting into problem solving mode. And problem solving mode can be even playing video games, reading books, and avoiding it. No, it's staying with the feeling, training your resistance to the anxiety, because it's there. And the more you sit with it, the more you see it doesn't have any power over you. That it's not you. I think you are wonderful. I think you are amazing, and I think that you do deserve love. I really believe it. Because you are somebody, you deserve love, and I know you will receive it whenever you have to. Maybe you're not ready for it, or maybe you are, and you don't trust that you are. But once it comes, you have to trust that even if it doesn't really unfold, that will be the best outcome for both you and them. If you really want to love, you need to accept that you might not be the best choice for someone. Not because necessarily someone can love them better. No. Sometimes people want to be with people who aren't that good for them, in a way. Someone unreliable, toxic even, but they have to go through that so they can learn. I remember I went on a date with this quite attractive person, and there wasn't really that much chemistry, but I was willing to give it a go. But she didn't really want to go on. Apparently, I was very attractive, but she didn't feel a spark. That's what she told our mutual friend. And then I understand that she dates these unreliable, avoidant people that sort of make her question whether or not they like her. Because she likes the thrill of not knowing. And maybe that's natural, but I don't dig that. I like clear intentions and security. But hey, I cannot judge anyone for choosing a dynamic because now, apparently, the same person is willing to settle down and that kind of thing. This saw that this is not sustainable and that it hurts more than it heals. And so the pattern is broken. The pattern is broken, but we need to let others go through what they need to go. There's also this misconception that you need to love yourself before you can love someone else. I used to believe that, but I don't anymore. You know how difficult it is to consistently love yourself. If we had to do that, there would not be almost any couples, you know. It's not necessary. You need to respect yourself. And you need to know how to not project your periods of lack of self-love onto others, but you don't need to be perfect to be loved. You know, so it's alright. You deserve love even when you're down, and when you're low, and when you're up and high. Love can heal, but you need to trust. You can at least love other people and give them the free will, the autonomy to make their own decisions. Yeah. So it's alright. It's alright. It's okay. You are beautiful. Alright. Well, I'll leave you to it. I'm sending you all my love.